Hi, this is the MLA Format directions video. You're going to learn how to set up your document so it looks like the one that you are looking at right now on my screen. If you've ever wondered what MLA stands for, I know that's just a common question burning in your mind. It stands for Modern Language Association, and it's like the head honcho group that makes up the rules for how writing should be formatted so that there's a standard set of rules. So every time we open up a document in the academic world, we're not wondering, okay, what's going on here? This is Comic Sans, size 18, and it's very standard and easy to view document after document. This also will be the format that you are required to learn, and that we're starting to teach it in 5th grade now. If we missed you, hopefully we got you last year, but this is it. This is your official lesson so you're using it from now on out. You're going to use it all through high school and definitely college. MLA is used for English and social studies papers that you write. You're going to learn APA maybe this year if your social studies teacher teaches it to you, but definitely in high school and college for science papers and psychology. Okay, so MLA, social studies, English, APA is science and psychology. All right, so what I have for you loaded in today's Google Classroom attachments is both this video and this set of directions. So when you open up this set of directions, look at the top. I'm going to go through what you name everything. People always get these two confused. This is the header, ER, and that is made up of your last name and the page number. This is called the heading. So header, heading. Most of the time when I say, do you have your header? People say yes, but they think I'm talking about this. Header, heading. The heading is composed of your name, the teacher's name, the class, and the date. Common mistake points, please make sure you're punctuating. Is it a Ms.? Is it a Miss? Is it a Mrs.? Miss does not get that period. If you're using Mrs. or Ms., it's period and a space. Okay, so please remember that space right there. The date. I want you to say this to yourself until it's memorized. Day, month, year, no comma. Day, month, year, no comma. It is simply the smallest unit to the biggest unit. Day, month, year. So we're not using September 25th, 2020. That is not the MLA date. So please memorize that right now so you can use it for a long time. The title is on the 5th line centered, and then you can proceed to the 6th line, hit that tab button, and start typing your document. So I broke it down. I'm going to leave these directions right now of how to get into the header, how to make it Times New Roman size 12, because guess what? It usually defaults to Calibri or Arial, so you have to take that extra step to highlight it and change it. And I think it also might be on 10 or 11, so you have to change the size to 12. I'm going to open up a new doc. I'm going to lead you through the directions that I outline here. Okay? So open up a new doc so you can maybe practice with me if you know how to do that, if you want to do screen and screen. We're going to start with the header. You probably don't want your document labeled as your last name and your page number. And that's how docs auto titles things. So call this your memoir. Or maybe MLA format practice. You double click up in the header. A second way to do that is to go to insert, header and footer, and header. Same thing. And how you get out of there is you double click into the body. So double click up in the header, get out of it by double clicking down on the body. You don't want to double click and you just want to use the menu, insert, header, and footer, header. We don't use the footer ever in language arts. Then the directions tell you to change your alignment, which is right here, centered, left, and right. You're going to click the right button. You're going to type your last name first Because guess what? If you type the page number, and you're not typing the page number either, there's an insert method, your name will get deleted. So you're going to type your name first, last name. We're using that generic anonymous last name of Doe, space, insert page number. You are not typing the number 1. What this does is, let's say, not now, but in college, you type 100 pages of a research paper called your thesis. You're not going to auto number every page, and you add more, you know how it gets messy. They're all going to be off. So this will auto number every page for you. So insert page number. You want the one in the upper left corner. Click that, and there you go. I'm going to highlight it. I see that it's Arial 11. I want it Times New Roman, size 12, because that is what MLA specifies. I'm going to double click down into the body. Now I am ready for the heading. First name, the teacher's name. Oh, I skipped this step. Forgive me. The next step was check that your font type, the font size, and the spacing are what MLA wants. So Times New Roman, size 12. Let's change that. You can see it always defaults. I'm sure there's a way to change your default. And the spacing. The spacing button, the shortcut that I use, I'm sure there's a long way to do this too, is you can click on line spacing and simply change it to double. If you aren't familiar with your shortcuts or they look different than mine, you can use the Format up here in the menu, Format. And it should be line spacing, and click on double. It's checked because we just already changed it. So Format, line spacing, double. Okay, good. Check. Our font size and our spacing is good to go. So we should be able to start typing our heading. First name, teacher's name. Yep, it's good now because I see that it looks double spaced. I'm making sure my Ms. and Mrs. is punctuated correctly, and I have that space in between that and the last name. The class, don't be lazy, write it out, language arts. We don't want LAL or lit. Don't be lazy. And the date. And that goes, what was it again? It's not September 25th, 2020. It's day, month, year, no comma. And it's okay if you use the due date of the assignment, so you don't have to keep changing it every time you work on it. I'm hitting the enter button to get to my 6th line, and then I'm going to go to my shortcut for alignment, click the center alignment, and I'm going to type my title. I'll type the title of my memoir about my dog, Endangered. Hit enter to get to the 7th line. I'm not going to start typing my writing yet because I need to change the alignment back to left. There you go. And then hit tab to start typing. Okay, that's it. So header, heading, title on the 5th line center, move it back to left alignment, and you're pretty much ready to go. I'm going back to the directions doc. I want to draw your attention to a couple things. I will refer back to this several times this week because, it's kind of a review and catching you up if you weren't told this. Your title, your own title, you never make it bold, underlined, italicized, or put it in quotation marks. Your title gets none of that. You also, I'm going to add this now that I see it, do not change the font size either. Exclamation point. It's Times New Roman, size 12. The idea behind that is that we're going to grab the reader's attention with the content of the title, not because of the font style and the size, and that you change the color of it to rainbow. Okay, we're getting older now, and that's just kind of considered a little juvenile. Next, draw your attention to just a couple silly things that, depending on our technological background, if you are hitting enter to every time you need another paragraph for double spacing, don't do that. We already set the spacing to double space, so you don't need to do that yourself manually. Right? And we're not typing the page number up at the top either. We already cleared that up. Other MLA rules. Numbers greater than 100 are typed out in words. So that is, let me add an example. 100 gets numerals, but 100, I'm sorry, this is the opposite. Numbers, I knew that wasn't right. Numbers fewer, less. Numbers less than 100 are typed out in words. So 99 would be 99, but once you get to 101, you may use numerals. Okay? So the idea behind that is just if you have 1,963,000 and so on, you don't have to write that out in words. You can just use numerals. The exception is, of course, if the sentence starts with the number, then you need to be professional and use words. And punctuate other titles properly. Your title on the 5th line, you leave it alone. But if you're typing a short story or a poem or a song, those shorter types of titles get put in quotation marks and longer ones get italicized. So I'll type that in. General rule of thumb, shorter titles get the quotation marks and longer are italicized. Okay, that's about every single thing you could ever want to know about MLA format. All the directions are here, step by step. I broke down what I did in my tutorial here. So check them out. Good luck.